So ironically, when I saw where the bus was coming out, and I was like, "There's no way I can run across to beat it." First of all, my feet is hurting. Then there's traffic. My feet are hurting, and there is traffic. And but I found out where it was when I walked across there. Ironically, it was the same place that I went for that bogus interview that I spent my last $5 on, and it was the same place where the mucus last week. The mucus was covering my eyeballs and everything. It was just so ironic to me. It was right there, the exact same place. Irony, I tell you, God, there's a system to things, a divine system. It was just weird. And so I was sitting there and I was thinking to myself, I don't know what bus to catch. I don't know if I'm on the right side of the street. I can't see anything on this picture. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, what do I do? So there's a young black guy across the street. Um, just average looking, very jazzy looking type guy. Average t-shirt, jeans, glasses, slim, black, little goatee. And so I'm sitting there and first I'm just trying to catch my breath for once. My feet are hurting. I'm tired. I need to sit. Then I'm just like, well, I need to at least go ask him, before the bus get here and I end up on a bus on the opposite side of town somewhere that I don't need to be. So I go across the street and I was like, excuse me, do you mind giving me the bus directions to this address? And so he did, and I don't know what the issue was. He couldn't really see. He had his glasses on, and he was mixing some of the numbers up. But I was looking at it, and when I thought I got to the end, I was like, "Oh, that's really short." And then he was like, wait a minute. I'm sorry, there's one more." And there was another bus I had to catch to connect, and I thanked him for that, and I really appreciate it because my experience has been, especially with black folks, young black people. But again, like I said, he was a little different. He was jazzy. They really don't care. And they'll try to hit on you or something. But he gave me the information. And when he saw that he missed one, he actually genuinely, sincerely was just like, hey, where somebody else would have just been like, okay, whatever, she'll figure it out. So very nice of him. Before I could even leave him, there was this white female that came up, very buxom, um, thick, glasses. And before I could leave him, it almost felt like that with me, but it almost felt like she was trying to encounter him before I left because it was like a little. I'm too old, so it doesn't matter. But I felt like there was a little, a little of that going on. But I tried to leave immediately before she got there, and she was like, "Oh, hey, can you help me with this?" So and it was so funny because when I got to the bus stop, I looked at him and he looked so bewildered, like, why are all these women coming up to me? It was just hilarious. So I got to where I was going, um, and the just perceptions. The bus driver was an older white man, and it was so funny to me because, and kind of, stocky, kind of reminded me of, and he wouldn't like it if I said that, Boss Hogs or Dukes of Hazzard, just the good old boys. But with him, everything I assumed about him was different. He was a Jehovah's Witness, and he was a pretty decent person, and he had a daughter, um, maybe a decade younger than me, that lived with him. He had a couple of kids, but she still lived with him and whatever. And it was interesting talking to him because we talked about moral values and the state of the world today. And he was very much himself. He wasn't putting on a show, and he was a decent person. So I got to where I was going. Ended up, ironically, at another building. Because we weren't sure which one was the right one because the office was set back off the street. Another building that, again, the same bus driver from a while back was encouraging me time and time again to apply for. And I could see why they really wanted business professional. And I was dressed professionally. The only thing with my change of clothes was that my pants were a little long. And usually I've worn those pants before. It hasn't been a problem. But usually I'm wearing like 6-inch heels with them. But again, like I said, I didn't bring my heels. So that meant the pants were scraping the floor. And it was either that or tuck them under with a rubber band, which would make them look like I'm wearing jogging pants. So either way, it was not a good situation. But I tried to distract attention from that. But I took the rubber bands out, so they were scraping the floor, and she noticed that. But somehow I made it through. But yeah, so I mean, I'm gonna tell y'all, I recommend. I experienced so much yesterday. It was just too much to blog about, to be honest with you. So many different interesting people that I came in contact with. And it's very interesting when you find yourself in a position where you're truly using only the natural resources that God gave you. Um, I mean, it's just amazing, Because when you are in a situation where you're doing everything that you can, and people, again, I realize that people that offer don't always have your best interest, but it's just interesting, just all the different people that I came across, conversations I had. I ran into some people from one of the old jobs, and just it's just interesting. And I'm gonna say this, regardless of everything that goes on and that happens in my life, I truly and genuinely still love people, you know, and I am willing, on certain degrees and certain levels, to make a sacrifice. Like I said yesterday, after that lady came up on me like that and I allowed her to and I talked to her, and again, my naive reaction of 14, 15-year-old Maria is just, hey, just to be cool, enjoy, acceptance. But then I realized, hey, I'm 3 times that age now, and people don't always have good intentions. She was trying to get information from me about me, who I am, and then be able to use information, according to what she needed. Now, yeah, so that's all. This it's there's a lot more beautiful things added to that, and some quirky things as well, but that's the gist of it. And I do recall the stories. I just don't feel like I want to share them because, I think that, what I've given will suffice. But so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with my day. Check my email, see if this woman has contacted me back to let me know to call her. Also, as y'all know, I did clean up a couple days ago, but in the process of me printing out the resumes and the printer being messed up and whatever, oh my gosh, I have like 20 pieces of messed up resumes just floating around here. You can tell that somebody was doing something, just really going at it in here. There's stuff literally everywhere. So when I get a chance, I will do that. As far as the money, um, I feel like I do need to today to get out to acquire something in the meantime, in between times. Um, and I do have another topic I want to talk about, but I'm not going to talk about it right now because I need to get this series of events cleared up and then we can move on to the next series. So yeah, I'm going to do that. As far as transportation, I'm going to walk as much as possible. I am. Um, I am going to walk as much as possible. And if it comes to a point where I'm in a bind, then, where it's a time crunch or something like that, I will take the bus. I will not purchase a monthly pass. I definitely will not do that. Um, I think I will do weekly passes. That makes more sense than daily. So I will do weekly passes. So that's what I will do. Anyways, I love y'all. Thank you so much for your continued support. And I want to say this to people that leave comments and things on my page. I need y'all to know a little bit about me. Um, my virtue system: trust, honesty, respect, integrity, diligence, hard work, perseverance, just positivity, and good moral status. Please do not leave me anything about I'm single and I'm celibate. Please do not leave me anything um, regarding things that are opposite of I don't of single, celibate, drug free, healthy living. Do not leave me any comments or messages or links of anything with regards to that, because um, those are not things that I want to introduce into my mind, my time, my psyche, my space. And if I could, infringe on your thinking and your space and your environment and your being, you know, positivity, motivated, endurance, oh, single people overcoming obstacles, those are the types of things that I want to see and I want to hear about. Um, but I don't know, do as thou wilt, and I will manage it accordingly. But again, like I said, be blessed. Just so much going on. I did a lot of stuff, but like I said, I want to clear up, the series of events from here, and then I'll move on to the next series of, lifestyle events that I need to work on. So again, much love, respect, appreciation for life itself and for every organism and entity that is a part of it. This is too long. Bye.